Thank you. Thank you very much for joining our today's webinar. My name is Roman. I'm one of the support people here in the MacKeeper team, and this is the webinar number 6. Well, it's the third webinar of the second season, but in total it's the webinar number 6. And today I will do my best to show you certain things that you can do in your Mac you might not have known before, and also I will help you in details, help you with the communication between you and like support teams or manufacturers of the software, because we are all people, and applications, programs are written by people, and people tend to make mistakes. And our whole life we do learn on our mistakes. Well, if we're lucky and if we are smart, we learn on our mistakes and we fix those mistakes. And I will help you to understand how to help technicians and how to help developers to fix those issues or errors made earlier as quickly as possible. So, my name is Roman. Here is my beardy face, and let's get started. Today, I will walk you through these 11 steps. First of all, I will show you how to set up the child control, the parental controls rather, how to configure the trackpad. So those of you who are using the laptops, MacBook Air, or MacBook Pro, who did not configure the trackpad before, I will show you how to make your life easy and, well, better, because trackpad in Mac operating system can be configured to be marvelous. You will not need to use any USB mouses ever again. I will show you how to repair disk permissions and why to do that, and what it does for your computer, how to set up the antivirus, what to do if your Mac is stolen, how and why to use login items in MacKeeper, how to troubleshoot certain things concerning Update Tracker. More details about Update Tracker you can see in the previous webinar. So if you would like to see that webinar, please just use the questions menu in the application that you downloaded to just ask for the link. Step 8 is how to recover files. 9, more details on backups, and, well, rather how to troubleshoot backups and how to configure them, what you can use, what you cannot use, certain like tips and tricks. Step 10, screenshots like a pro, because often manufacturers and support teams will ask you for a screenshot, and I will show you how to do those screenshots. That will be, well, great. And step 11, how to get the logs easily. Again, in most cases, if some issue, some error is quite serious, or the technicians and developers need more details, they will most likely ask you for those logs. Okay, so let's get to it. Okay. So first things first. You can use the questions again in the application that you downloaded. So you can ask me anything, and in the end, I will do my best to answer like 5 or 6 of them. Maybe others will be answered via email. In case you miss something, or maybe I'm too quick, do not worry. This session is being recorded, so if you miss something, like tomorrow or maybe in a couple of days, we will send you an email with the link to the recording of this webinar session. Now, the next thing, in the end, there will be a question. There will be a question, and the person who will answer that question the first will get a free license for MacKeeper for 2 years. So be attentive, stay with me till the end, and you will be able to win the license for MacKeeper for 2 whole years. For MacKeeper 3.x, by the way. I will be using MacKeeper 3.x in this session. Those of you who still have 2.x, do not worry. The functionality, at least the buttons, should be quite the same. The changes between MacKeeper 2.x and 3.x were rather deep inside, and concerning the interface, MacKeeper 3.x is quite beautiful. Okay. So the first thing is how to set up child control. So if you have a child and you would like he or she not to visit certain websites, or if you would like to have more control over how he or she is using the computer, the laptop, or the Mac, this is the tool for you. So to get there, you can either click the system preferences here in the dock, or if you got rid of that icon, you can click the Apple icon in the top left and choose system preferences, or also you can use the spotlight and just type in system preferences. So let's open it and then go to parental controls. Here it is in the fourth row. Once you get there, you will need to click on the lock in the bottom left of the screen so that you can confirm that it is you who is trying to make changes, so that, oh, sorry. Yep. So that your child would not change those settings when you're away from the computer. Next thing, you need to add the user. So click this plus sign. Use the name of your child. So let's say Kid Roman. Account name will be suggested by the system. We can change it to be like Roman the Kid. Password, you can set up the password for your child, or you can just ask him or her to use the password here. So let's just use the password like Roman is the best. Is the it's quite a long password. I don't like it. Let's use just MacKeeper. And is the best. I do encourage you to use the password hint because, well, you might not be using the password quite often on the computer. And if you do not use something often, and you might forget it, because we are all people and we tend to forget things. The password hint will be able to help you with that, because if you type in the password incorrectly 3 times, the system will show you the password hint if you set it up. So let's create the account. Okay, and now we can configure it. So we can put a check mark here if we would like to use the simple finder. So instead of all these things, all these tabs, all these buttons, there will be like a simplified version of the finder. You can use this option if you would like to set up the account, for example, for your grandfather or grandmother to simplify things for them. But I do encourage you to leave things as they are for them. They can learn, and they are quite good with computers. Believe me, I have some knowledge about that. Limit applications, we can also put a check mark here and then choose what applications can be or cannot be used on the computer. So you can like put a check mark and use the allowed applications. Also, there is a filter here about concerning the age. This is probably connected to the App Store. So on the App Store, there is a age, like starting age. So you can use this to quickly modify these so that you do not need to go through these manually. But I do prefer to do the manual configuration usually, because I like to have more control. Next thing is web. Here, the web tab. You can also restrict certain websites here or allow only a certain list of websites. So you can click the plus to add certain websites or certain folders of the bookmarks. People, you can also block people, so you can block your child from receiving emails from certain account or sending emails to somebody. Also limit messages to allowed contacts, and then add allowed contacts to this list so that your child would not communicate with some terrible people on the internet. You can also set up the time limits. So you can set up for how long your child can use the computer on weekdays and on weekends. This is quite handy. You can even set up when to shut down the computer, or rather log out the user, the kid Roman in our case. And in the other tab, we can even disable certain things. For example, disable the built-in camera if we do not want our child to use certain video chats, maybe something like that, maybe even dictation. So you can go through these. Maybe we do not want our child to install some games from CDs and DVDs, or we do not want him or her to be able to change passwords. So if you would like to know the password of your child on the computer and log in instead of him or her, so it's quite handy. It's you are able to configure the account for your child in quite a number of ways. Now, the web tab, you see the list here. There is one more option how to block users and our child from certain websites, and it is in MacKeeper. So let's go ahead and open MacKeeper. This can be done from the dock if you previously saved the icon. If you did open MacKeeper previously but did not save the icon, you should have like a small robot head in the top right of the screen. So you can click that and then choose Open MacKeeper, or you can open the Finder and go to Applications folder and then open MacKeeper from there. And again, for example, use the Spotlight. I tend to use the Spotlight for all the things because it is quite handy. So let's open MacKeeper and go to Internet Security. If you did not install Internet Security previously, I do encourage you to do that. To do that, just click the Install Internet Security here at the bottom. You'll have Install instead of Open. I do have it installed. Once you go to Internet Security, just click Save Browsing tab here at the top, and then you'll be able to add certain websites to the block list. Now, this block list is not shared between users. So if you would like to, well, you'll need to configure this per user basis. So if you like to do this on your child's account, you need to log into the child's account, open MacKeeper there, and add certain websites into the list. In case you open MacKeeper on that account for the first time, it will most likely ask you for the activation. To activate it, just click the System Status, the first button here, and then click Login here at the top, and use the same email and password that you use on your account. So use the email and password that you used to activate MacKeeper in the first place. Just log in. It's okay to be logged in using the same email on two accounts at the same time. So just log in and it will activate automatically. In case it doesn't activate for some reason, you can use the support tab here. So you can, if it is hidden, you can click Show Live Support in the bottom right, and then click on these headphones icon here. And it will show you some options how you can contact our support team. Our support team and our geeks are one of the best. They will help you because we are real persons, we are real people, and if you have troubles with expressing what exactly is wrong, or if you have some difficulties or you do not understand how to use certain tools, you can always, for example, start a live chat or send us an email, and we will answer you within 24 hours. Or call this phone number if you are in the US, the phone number for the UK, Australia, and you can even use the Skype to call. Okay, so if you have issues with activating or reactivating it, just do that. Just go to the Live Support tab and go from there. Now, okay, that's it with the safe browsing. Next thing is how to configure trackpad. Let's log this and go back to System Preferences. Again, if you're using a laptop, if you are using MacBook Air or MacBook Pro, do configure the trackpad. So go to the trackpad in the System Preferences and enable most of these. These are quite self-explanatory. They even added handy videos about these. So first thing is to enable the tap to click. It is quite easy. So you'll be able to just tap on something instead of clicking. That will at least give more life to your trackpad, because trackpads, well, they might wear out with time if you click too often. You can use the two fingers tap for the secondary click or right click. So instead of holding down the control all the time, you can just do that with two fingers. Well, these also is this is quite also handy. You can look up certain words if you just tap with three fingers and three fingers drag. This is great. You just drag anywhere with your three fingers. It is like it feels natural. I do tend to disable the natural scroll because it feels unnatural to me for some reason. You can also use zoom in and out. So you can look through these, and also more gestures. You can swipe between pages using two fingers. So if you want to go back a page or go forward, you can use this swipe gesture with two fingers. You can even swipe between full screen apps and your virtual desktops. So if you have something on full screen and you would like to switch between those, just swipe with four fingers. The full screen mode is great, and swipe with four fingers is even better. And well, these also are quite handy. You can look through these as well. The most important is swipe between pages, swipe between full screen apps, tap to click, secondary click, and three fingers drag. These make your life easier and better. Now, the next thing is repair disk permissions. First, let me show you something. For every file and every folder on the Mac, there is these things that are called permissions. They are like from Unix times. If we right-click on anything and then choose Get Info, or just press Command I and open the Get Info dialog, in Sharing and Permissions, we can see that this folder, for example, belongs to System. It is like a virtual user because processes and applications on the system might be launched and run like from certain user. If you open something, it will be running from your username, and if it belongs to the system, that will have its username. Then the group, so the first thing is user who created or made that file, then the group, and everyone. Everyone can only read, and system and those who are administrative users on the computer can read and write. So do some changes to this folder, for example. These permissions might get corrupted sometimes. For example, when you install new applications, or when you install even updates, or you just have a sudden power loss and things get cranky, the disk utility will help you with that. To open the disk utility, we can again use multiple choices. So we can open the Finder, go to Applications, then go to Utilities, and use the disk utility from there. Or again, just use the Spotlight. Yeah, I do love the Spotlight. So let's open the disk utility. Next thing, just click on this one, an indented thingy. The first one is like your device, the hard drive, the device, and the second one is like a partition on that device. And here on the first aid tab, just click the Repair Disk Permissions. There is no need to click Verify Disk Permissions. The Repair Disk Permissions do both. It verifies and repairs permissions if need be. So that will check the permissions for certain applications and certain system files and folders for us, and fix if we have something that should be different. You see that I do have some issues with permissions. For example, lately I did install the drivers for the printer, and it seems that the permissions for those were set improperly. After the repair is done, you do need to restart the computer. To do so, just click the Apple icon in the top left and choose Restart. The disk utility will tell us when the repair is done. This I tend to use the repair disk permissions like once in a month. That is quite enough, once in even in 3 months. That might fix certain issues. If you have issues with some application, I do recommend you to first try to do the repair of disk permissions. That sometimes helps. Technicians tend to use this too often to fix any, like all the things, but well, it sometimes helps. I do recommend you to use this. Again, if you joined us a bit later, or well, this session is being recorded, you will receive the link for the recording in a day or two. Okay, so that's done. The repair of these permissions is done. Next thing is the antivirus, how to configure it and how to use it. I already showed you the safe browsing. If you would like to do the scan, just click the antivirus scan tab at the top and then click start antivirus scan. If you would like to scan only a certain folder or folders, you can click start custom scan and then choose what to scan exactly. The best thing is drag and drop ability. To save you some time, if you download something from the internet, it gets into your downloads folder. You might just drag it from there into this, and it will scan it for you quickly, and it will save you a lot of time. Some of you might say that, well, there are no viruses for Mac operating system, and that was rather true like 6, maybe 7 years ago. But today there are viruses for Mac operating systems, and also you do not want to become a person who just sends emails with infected attachments. That is not something you want to do, because some of your friends might use Windows, and if they receive that attachments, they will get infected by that virus. So if the antivirus scan does find infected files on your computer, it will show them to you in the list here. So you need to simply put a check mark next to the items in the list, or just use the check uncheck buttons here at the bottom, and then click delete if you have no idea where that files came from. If you see the file and it does ring a bell, you think that file is needed, you can move it to quarantine. So just click move to quarantine button, and it will get here into the quarantine tab. Quarantine is like a safe folder deeply inside the system, inside the antivirus, from which the infected file will not be able to do any harm to your computer. In case you want to delete it after you added the file to quarantine, just go to Antivirus Quarantine tab, put a check mark next to the file, and then click delete if you would like to get rid of it, or restore from quarantine. Handy feature is that if you click restore from quarantine, it will automatically go to the antivirus scan tab, and here you'll be able to do more things with it. If you would like, if you see some, well, if the antivirus scan detected some file as being infected, but you are certain that that file is not infected, there is a thing that is called false positive. So sometimes certain files might be detected even if they are not indeed viruses. You can hold down the control key, click on that item in the list, and then choose move to whitelist. That will make the antivirus scan ignore that file for us. Okay, so that's that with the antivirus. On the status tab, these two things should be enabled. The real-time safe browsing will block you from going to certain malicious websites on the internet. The Internet Security Tool has a huge database of websites that contain infected files or use some scripts to do bad things with your computer. So I do encourage you to have this on. Automatic security updates will check for new antivirus database updates, so that latest viruses can be found on your computer. And real-time antivirus scan, it should be off. If you are using if you are downloading many files, that are connected with Windows, or if you're using something like Parallels, and you feel that you have more risk on your system, you can turn this on. But this might slow your Mac slightly, because this will like scan all the files all the time. So new files will be automatically scanned by the internet security. You can try to enable it if you would like more security, but if your Mac gets slower than it should be, just go back to the internet security tool and disable this. And you can even configure the schedule, so you can add certain folders to scan. Usually, I recommend users to add the downloads folder. After you add it, instead of manual, you can set up a certain frequency of scans. The computer needs to be on at the moment that you configured it to do the scan, because if your computer is sleeping, or if it is shut down, the scan will automatically start once you open the computer again, once you start it back up. Okay. That's that with the antivirus. Next thing, what to do if your computer gets stolen. Well, first things, after you installed MacKeeper, click the anti-theft and click Start Using Anti-Theft. There will be a button here in the center. I already started using the anti-theft. That's why I have continued to main page. But if you did not install it, these two tools, the Internet Security tool and the anti-theft tools, are only two tools that are not installed automatically, not pre-installed with MacKeeper. So you do need to install them manually. You do not need to pay for them, of course, but you do need to click and install them manually. Once you install them, MacKeeper will tell you that your anti-theft service is activated. It has certain information here about it. And also you can go to ChromeTech account from it, or just click System Status, then click your email here and choose Manage Account. And that will take us to the ChromeTech account. If you are on a different computer, or on any device that can connect to the internet, just go to account.chrometech.com. Then use your email and the password that you've set up when you created the account and log in. Now, next thing, go to the anti-theft. Click the anti-theft button here in the left menu. Find your computer in the list. If you just activated the anti-theft, the computer might not be in the list right away. It should appear there like in half an hour or in an hour. Once it is in the list, and if it is stolen, click on the anti-theft and then choose Report Computer as Stolen. It will ask us for a phone number. I just use generic digits and click Send. The phone number is needed because our support department will call you as soon as your computer is found. So when the when the thief will use your computer to connect to the internet, as soon as that happens, you will receive an email with detailed information about the location of the computer, with the IP address, and with all the details that are enough for the police to to know where exactly the computer was used to go online. So you need to print out that report, go to the police, and tell the police to contact any local internet service provider, who will have to tell the police the exact place where the computer was used to go online. There will be a location in the report, but that location might not be exact. I do encourage you to contact the police and tell them to contact any local internet service provider. Internet service provider will tell the police the exact place where the Mac was used to go online. So you'll have a lot more chances to retrieve it if it is stolen. Okay, next thing is login items. Login items is handy if your computer is starting up slowly. If you open it, you might have a list of things here. I do not have anything in it because I already used it to get rid of those things. But if we add something, we can then choose the item in the list and click remove at the bottom. That will speed up the booting process a bit because it takes time to open applications with the system when it starts. And that's that. That's quite simple. Next thing is updates tracker and troubleshooting of the updates tracker. If you were with me on the previous webinar, I already showed how to use the updates tracker and explained that there were three main types of the updates. The automatic, fully automatic, when the update is downloaded and installed automatically without you needing to click anything. Semi-automatic, when an archive with the needed files is downloaded to your computer, and then updates tracker allows you to open it and use it to manually drag it to applications folder to update it. And manual way, when you need to, when it redirects you to a certain page where you, for example, need to log in to confirm that you are indeed a user of that application. So that is like a manual way. There might be issues with the updates tracker when something happens, when, for example, when manufacturer changes the link to the download of the update. People in MacKeeper are watching for those links. They are monitoring the changes, but sometimes the developer might change those links randomly and without telling anybody. In that case, there might be issues with with updating of certain apps. First step you can do is not to use the update all button in that case, but rather use the manual way, when you just click on application and then click update. That will at least help you to understand with which application you have issues updating it. And when you pinpointed the application, just again start a live chat or send us a message and include the name of the application, the current version, and the available version, just in case. And that will help us to quickly check what is wrong with the update of that application and to fix it for you. In case you would like to keep a certain version of certain application for some reason, if you would like to ignore future updates, just control-click on the app in the list and then choose Move to Blacklist. In that way, the updates tracker will not bother you with updates of that application. Oh, I forgot to mention why to use update tracker at all. You see that the App Store is tracking the updates for applications that you've installed from the App Store, and default applications, default system tools, versions of Mac operating system. But if you installed some third-party application, like for example Google Chrome or Dropbox, the App Store does not check for new versions for those applications. Sometimes those applications might have a built-in way to check for new updates, something like a menu button or something like that, but that is that is not usually the case. Most of the third-party applications do not have a built-in way to check for updates. In that case, updates tracker is the tool to use. It will allow you to quickly check for available versions for third-party applications. Okay, that's that. Next thing is how to recover files, how to use files recovery. Let's just click on that in the advanced tools. If you have it hidden, just click it to expand it. Click files recovery and choose select volume to scan. You can even scan your USB drives, flash sticks, you name it. It will be able to scan it, but only if that USB drive is working properly. If you can connect it to the Finder and open it. If you can connect it and open it, but still it is not in the menu, in that case, open the disk utility, choose that drive in the list, for example, Macintosh HT, let's choose that, and click Verify Disk. Instead of Prepare Disk Permissions, click Verify Disk, because if you do not see that drive in the list of files recovery, most likely there is something wrong with the drive itself, maybe on the hardware level or on something with the file system. So the Verify Disk in the disk utility will be able to check that, and then most likely will allow you to fix it, to use the repair disk option. You see here this grayed out, but if there is something wrong with the disk, you'll be able to click it on the repair disk. Okay, so just choose Macintosh HD in our case, and then start scan. It will ask us for our administrative password, and then do the scan. And in the end, it will show us the list of files that can still be recovered. If you delete something from the hard drive, it goes to your trash, then you empty the trash, but only the information about where exactly on the hard drive to look for like bits and bytes of that file is being deleted. It's not deleted. Those bytes, the information, like the content of the file, stays. So it is as if you have some documents in a real folder, like paper documents in a real paper folder. You put it into the trash, and then trash gets removed into some place. Though that folder can still be found. Well, not folder, but maybe documents, the content. Those bytes are still on the hard drive, and Files Recovery will allow you to scan the hard drive for remnants of those files and recover them. The detail here, the important thing here, is that you need to use some external drive to recover the files too, because you cannot recover it to the same hard drive. Because if you'll start recovering it onto the same hard drive, it will copy files onto a new place, and that process might rewrite the files that still await to be recovered. So that's why you need to either use an external hard drive or if you have a couple partitions on your Macintosh HD, you can recover from one partition to the other. Be sure to have enough free space, of course. Okay, the fast recovery takes quite a while because it needs to scan the whole free space on the hard drive. And you can use the tabs here to check, to show you only the images, only documents, only music files, for example. You can also use the filter here and type in a certain file format. For example, .mp3 if you would like to show only MP3 files, or .doc for Word documents, or docx. So that will filter and show you the list of only those files. And you cannot recover to the external drives that are formatted to NTFS partition. NTFS is a format used on Windows. So if you have a flash stick that you use on both Mac and Windows, I recommend you to format it not into an NTFS, but rather into a FAT. EXFAT. That can be done in the disk utility. I do have a USB drive here. One moment. Oops, sorry. And let me show you how to format it quickly and easily. So let me connect it. No. Okay, so just click on the name of the drive, then go to the Erase tab in the disk utility. Instead of FAT, choose EXFAT. The difference here is that you will not be able to store, to save a file that is more than 4 gigabytes, if I'm not mistaken. If you have a file that is 5 gigabytes, you will not be able to save it onto this FAT file system. If you use EXFAT, you will be able to use it, and you can then name the drive like Roman, for example, and just click Erase. That will erase the all the files on the drive, and then create the partition for us, and we'll have a new drive that will be in the exFAT format, and we will be able to save files that are more than 5 gigabytes onto that drive. Well, one file more than 5 gigabytes. Okay. Next thing is backups and details about those. The details here is that, well, if you did not configure it, just click the Add Backup. Instead of the default backup group, you can choose some name, but I will not do that right now. And let's just back up something on the desktop and click Add. The thing here, first thing is to click the rightmost thingy and choose Manage Destination. So if you would like to back it up on the external drive, for example, you need to choose My Computer, or just Webinar, or choose here My Mac. Then click these 3 dots and choose your external drive. So we need to go to the computer and then choose the drive to use it as a backup. Then click Open, and that will store the backup onto the drive. The details about how to configure the backup and the differences between this backup and the Time Machine backup are in the previous webinar, the webinar number 5. So please use the question thingy in the application to ask for the link for the previous webinar. One moment. Okay. Okay, so, well, that is it. Again, you cannot back up files onto the drives that are formatted into the NTFS. So do use exFAT if you need a drive that can be used on both Mac and Windows. Okay, that's that about backups. Now, the funny thing, the most useful thing, the screenshots. To do a screenshot, you need to press Command, that's the button to the left from the space at the bottom of your keyboard, then Shift, so hold these down together, Command and Shift, and then if you would like to make a screenshot of the whole screen, press 3. It will do a sound, like a camera shutter sound, and it will save the screenshot. Then it will do a screenshot of the whole screen. But if you would like to make a screenshot of only a certain area of the screen, press Command, Shift, and 3. Command, Shift, and 4. And the cursor will turn into this like a crosshair, and we'll be able to select a certain area of the desktop to make a screenshot of. For example, we selected only that area of the screen, and it make a screenshot only of that area. And now the most useful and beautiful way of making screenshots. If you press the previous key combination, Command Shift 4, and then instead of selecting some area, press space, you will be able to make a screenshot of a certain window. You can point at a window that you would like to make a screenshot of, then click, and it will make a beautiful screenshot, even with the shades. So it's beautiful. If you send that screenshot to some support team, they will like that screenshot very much. Again, to make a screenshot of the whole screen, press Command Shift 3. To make a screenshot of some area, press Command Shift 4 and then select the area. And to make beautiful screenshots of windows, press Command Shift 4 and then space. And then click on the window of application that you would like to make a screenshot of. And yeah, that's it. I do love to make these screenshots with the space, Command Shift 4 and space. And final thing is how to gather logs. Again, in most cases, if some issue is serious or important or needs more information, support teams will ask you for the logs. Let's open the console. So let's go to Utilities. We can use the Go menu here in Finder to go to Utilities and then open up the console. And it will show you a whole bunch of logs. Logs are like files that are needed. Well, logs are rather text files that contain information about the what app does, when it needs to save certain information, if some errors happen, or if something goes wrong, or if the app crashes. These will be saved in certain folders, and you can use console to see them. So if you are being asked for logs, you need to open the console, then choose certain files here. Probably you will need to send all messages, so click it in the left. If you do not see the list here, just click the Show Logs list, then choose the log to save, and then choose File, Save a Copy As. And then save it, for example, on the desktop, and you can even rename it. And usually support teams tell you what files to send them, but if those are crash reports, you can go to System Diagnostic Reports or User Diagnostic Reports and just look for reports that start with the name of that certain application. For example, I have something concerned with MacKeeper, and I would, if something goes wrong with MacKeeper, I would need to send that to the support team. So again, just click the log that you would like to save, then click File and Save a Copy As. Usually, support teams need not only logs, but also the information about your computer. To save that, just click the apple in the top left, choose About This Mac, then choose System Report, and here, again, click File and choose Save. And save it again, for example, on the desktop. Do not worry, this does not contain some personal or important information. This only contains details about what applications you have installed, what versions you have of those applications. Certain extra logs are also in the system report. So this helps a lot to find what exactly went wrong with certain application. Usually if you need to send something to the support teams that are not like our support team, where you need to fill out all the forms, attach screenshots, send reports, you usually go to some website that asks you for all this information, and in the end you might even just decide to, oh, darn with it, I will not do all that, I will simply uninstall the application. Instead, we have a real live support team that can help you anytime. Again, to get help with MacKeeper, just open up, if you haven't closed, this right bar, click on in the bottom right, then click the headphones here. By the way, you can use this to find out more information about certain applications as well. So you can choose, it will show you certain details about what is that certain tool and why to use it. So you can click on any other tool and it will show you the details about that tool. You can even use the handy help menu here with certain frequently asked questions. And you can even click Contact Us here, or just press this headphones icon in the top right, and then click Start Live Chat or Send Message. This is for cases when you have questions or issues connected concerning the MacKeeper itself. If you have any questions that are not related to MacKeeper, but, well, any computer-related questions, you can use Geek on Demand. Just click it in the left, then click Continue to Main Page, and click New Demand. Write a title of the demand, make it short but informative, like my printer HP like 4100 does not work. And in the description, include as many details as you can. For example, if you have issues with a certain application, tell the version of that application. To find out the version, you can open it if it can be opened. Then click the app menu button in the top left next to Apple icon and choose About application name, in our case about MacKeeper. It will show you the version 3.3.1, for example, in my case. Or you can also open Finder, go to Applications, and then control-click on the app in the list, choose Get Info, and here you'll have version. So you'll be able to include the version as well. And just do a description. For example, before this issue happened, I did this and this. After this issue happened, I tried this and this, but it didn't help. So try to describe the issue in details, just to save you some time to answer the questions from the geeks or from the support team about the details of the issue. And our geeks will answer your question within 48 hours. The answer will be sent to you via email, to the email that you are using with MacKeeper here in the top right. And that's it. So use Geek on Demand. You can use it actively, and our certified Apple technicians will help you with any questions related to computer. Okay. That is almost it. Now it's time for the question. One moment, where is it? So the question that can get you a license for MacKeeper 3.x for 2 years is, which MacKeeper security feature helps to create lists of potentially dangerous websites, or in other words, to block you from going to certain websites? A, antivirus, B, safe browsing, and C, anti-theft. So the first person who sends me the answer will receive the license for MacKeeper 3.x for 2 years. Come on. So which MacKeeper security feature helps to create lists of potentially dangerous websites? Or yes, and we have a winner, Deborah Raby, told me that it is indeed the antivirus, the safe browsing in the antivirus, rather. And I will send you an email with instructions on how to activate the license for MacKeeper 3.x and use it for 2 whole years. Thank you, Deborah, as well. Thank you for participating in the webinar. If you missed something, or if I was too quick, do not worry. This session is being recorded, and we will send you an email with the link for the recording in the email in a day or 2. And please feel free to visit our social media pages, Google Plus page. It's plus.google.com/plusMacKeeper. Instagram is quite active, so do check out the photos that we have there. So go to instagram.com/Mac_keeper. Facebook page is active as always, facebook.com/MacKeeper, and twitter.com/MacKeeper. Thank you very much for being with me on this 6th webinar. It's been me, Roman. Have a good one. Bye-bye.